Before you're able to improve your movement in Vanguard, you're going to want to change these essential settings. You know what to do, so let's hop right in with the first setting that not only helps you improve your movement, but it could save your controller in the process. That setting is automatic tack sprint. Essentially what auto tack sprint does is initiate your tack sprint every time you move forward without the requirement of button mashing, which will help save your controller from constant wear and tear. This setting is also so helpful to your movement that pro players in the Call of Duty League actually ban the use of it. There are, however, some pros and cons to auto tack sprint, and you should be aware of them before turning it on. Let's start with the cons and how to counteract them. The first con is that you have less control on when you're sprinting, so in situations where you need to quiet your footsteps or you don't want to burst through a door, you'll want to just aim down sights and hold it as you walk. The second con is that because you are always sprinting, you're constantly battling the sprint to fire time, so ensure your attachments are always leaning toward the side of a shorter sprint out time. And the third con is that you cannot sprint to cancel your reload. I was under the impression that this may have been bugged, but it actually states in the settings description that the sprint to cancel reload is voided with the use of ATS or auto tack sprint. So just ensure that you're methodical with your reloads and you can master the YY reload cancel. Don't know what that is? Well, I covered in one of my videos where I go over winning multiple gunfights at once, and I put the link in the description below. Moving on to the pros of using ATS, with the first being that all of your advanced movements like slide canceling require one less button to be pressed, which in turn helps your controller last longer. The next pro is that in instances where you need to get out of a mixy situation, you don't need to think about sprinting and you can just focus on your movement. And the final pro is that your sprint is typically activated by pressing down on your left stick, which also messes with your ability to accurately move the sticks. Therefore, by not having to press down on it, you can just move it freely. This is one of the first settings that I turn on with any new COD, and one that I've been using for quite a while because you can adapt your playstyle to counteract the cons, and I can guarantee that most pros would be using it if it wasn't so overpowered. The next setting is your airborne mantle. It's apparent that slide canceling and movement was far smoother in Modern Warfare 2019 despite them using the same game engine, and this is partially due to your mantling behavior, which should be on partial with both grounded mantle and auto ground mantle turned off. If you've ever found that your slide cancel feels inconsistent, clunky, or you find that you're suddenly slide jump sliding without meaning to, this should clear that right up. It doesn't prevent, however, the penalty to slide canceling too much, which unfortunately forces you to go prone, but it will help keep things smooth. Finally, you have your slide settings, which you should set to tap to slide as it saves you time and is more instantaneous than the press and hold that is set as a default. It just ensures that everything is much more responsive. There are more settings that I do change, so if you want to see those, let me know in the comments and I can make a part 2, but check out this video if you want some tips on how to improve your movement, and that does it for today's video. I'll see you tomorrow on day 17 of 30 of posting every day. You know what to do. My name is Drew, this was Sablehound, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, I want to be famous.